Welcome back, guys. You're watching Doncaster Rovers play through the Rise to Glory, episode 96 today, and we've got French opposition in the Champions League in the form of Toulouse. So we should be expected to win these, really, shouldn't we? Our Champions League group is fairly easy compared to some of the others that we've seen drawn. If you watch the last episode, you'll see the group stages drawn. We've got Toulouse, Inter Milan, and Copenhagen. We get Inter Milan away from home first. We get the hard game out of the way. I want to say first, I mean first the away fixtures. It's our second game in the Champions League. So before we go into that though, let's have a quick look and recap what's actually happened since it's been away. So we finished off with Leicester, the 4-0 victory, didn't we? Away fixtures can always be a bit of a concern, can't they? Particularly at the start of the season. You know, when your team has not got that familiarity between them, so they're not like firing on all cylinders. Particularly, I mean, not so much for this game, but the following game we did have a few injuries that we had to sort of deal with, to be honest. But we finished this one off quite easily, to be honest. They weren't really much of a challenge. 3-1 away from home. I'm not sure West Ham are in the league. I didn't tend to check that. 'Cause, to be honest, at this level now, we should be better than, I don't know, probably at least 18 teams in the league, I say. With the exception maybe Manchester United and Manchester City. They're the ones I think that are always going to be the challenge to us. But apart from that, we don't seem to be easing off the gas, do we? We're definitely going full throttle, improving every single year, and just absolutely demolishing a lot of teams. I mean, even look at last year, look at Man City. What did we score? Some like 10 goals in like 2 games against them? I think we did. Champions League and the league. I think Champions League and the league, wasn't it? Yeah. So 3-1 against West Ham, not bad performance, some good performances there. We then followed it on with a 2-0 victory against Southampton. This one, it was a little bit more disjointed in terms of strike force. We had to bring Connor Smithson on. I think Christopher did as well. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. But yeah, we had to make some changes. Marquez picked up an injury in the international break. Smithson did as well, but it's for like 1 or 2 days. He came back quite strong from it. But Marquez, yeah, his match sharpness was really lacking, to be honest, for this game, so I couldn't really play him. So I think we had Keane, Smithson and Forsey. Keane, again, it's not natural in that poach position. We want him as the complete forward, but we've not really had a chance to do it just yet. We've not been rotating many players either, to be honest, because we've not really needed to. The games have always been like a good week apart, to be honest. So there's not really been any sort of like fatigue issues, so we're not really rotated, which has caused some fatigue issues in the other players that are rotational. But let's have a quick look at the Premier League. Let's see where we stand. We are top of the table at the minute, so joint points with Chelsea and Crystal Palace. So it's looking a bit like the Championship, isn't it? If you remember back to the early stage of the series when we were competing in the Championship, Crystal Palace were there monsters, weren't they, at the top? I'm not sure. Did we win it or did they win it? I can't quite remember now, to be honest. Either way, I think we won it, didn't we, late on into the season. So, yeah, the only one we've dropped is against Arsenal. They've drawn 2, though, haven't they? Brentford as well. That's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Man City there in 7th, Man United in 6th, Liverpool 8th, so they're clustering around each other. Maybe a big surprise there. Leicester at the bottom of the group. Maybe so. I think what we're going to do is just go crack on with game now, to be honest. Let's get into the Champions League game. I actually had advanced with it by mistake, so apologies. But the team is Roberto in there, Torrenegan Mason centre-back partnership, Carno on left, Silvino on right, Eduardo Montano Briganti through centre. We've got Forsey, Smith and Keane up top. I could play Marquez, but I don't think we need him for this game. I don't want to risk him. I'm just going to ease him back into it, to be honest. Smithson's been playing okay as well, so there's no issues with there. Mason and Torrenegan, not really developed that link between them just yet, so there's probably going to be a few confusing times, I think, between them two. But apart from that, we're looking good. We're playing against Sergio Ramos today, so that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Apart from that, Willian as well. You probably recognise him, the old Chelsea player. He's the Argentinian, isn't he? I think he's at Ajax this year, to be honest. In real life, that is. Anyway, let's progress. We should beat these. This shouldn't really be any issue, should they, at this sort of stage? Hang on. I'm pretty sure we have the highlights on, so I'm not sure what's going on here. There we go. So they obviously had the kick-off then. They're looking for the striker. Oh, it's going a bit quick, that, isn't it? It's a little bit quicker than usual. There we go. So Keane, 1-on-1. He fails to put it away. And Smithson with a nice long-range effort there, wasn't it? Brought it down well and then struck it quite sweetly. But yeah, Keane seems to have issues, doesn't he, with his shooting. We are working on his composure, as we're advertised by the... recommended, I should say, by the coaches. Carlos Eduardo, they were putting us ahead there against Toulouse, 1-0, good little finish. In terms of team news, not much to say apart from the 2 injuries which I mentioned, Smithson and Marquez. Not long term, so that's good considering Bonfrisco's out for a while. I think having the international break in the middle of Bonfrisco's injury sort of does sort of counter the effects of that one, to be honest, a little bit. It don't feel as long as an injury as what it probably should be. There's 2 contract signings as well. One's actually confirmed. The other one's currently in the process of agreeing. Carno's in the process of agreeing. He wanted 105,000. I did negotiate down to 89,000. That's not too bad. I think 105,000 is quite a lot for him, to be honest, considering he's fairly new into the team. He's fairly young. He's still developing. He's not, I'd say, an elite. I don't think he's a leading Premier League fullback just as of yet. He's nowhere in the level of Etelvino. Montano as well, a similar position, but he went 135,000. We got him down to 105,000. I think when you look at him, he's definitely a more complete player than Carno into for his position. So I think it's quite warranted. We're still under wage budget though. 2.2 million we've got. I think we're 2.1. Although when Carnos comes into play, we're probably hitting that. So not really much room to manoeuvre in terms of offering more contracts. I think at some point Marquez is going to be wanting a new contract because he keeps coming every year, doesn't he? We'll just say we haven't got money to offer. It's going to get pissed off at some point because he's going to realise we're just offering contracts to about 10 other players and he's not getting one. And he's he's definitely our most influential player, isn't he? So 2-0 here, then 25 minutes in. Etelvino swinging into Forsey, see the crossbar. Forsey's definitely a threat with in the aerial department, to be honest. He finished it away. Finds himself in space, finishes it nicely. And that's one of the reasons why I like him there as well, because I suppose in our formation, the complete forward does need that aerial threat, doesn't he? Because we're getting, our poachers are pulling out wide, they're getting a lot of crosses, creating a lot of chances, and you need someone there that can finish it off both in the air and on the ground, and he seems to be the one to do that. Keane seems to struggle in the air and in the ground, so he's not necessarily the complete forward what we want. I don't think he fits entirely great in our TAR system. It'd be hard to get rid of him now, though, because we signed him for a ridiculous amount of money, didn't we, thinking we were going to be the next big thing. I mean, he is well, but I just think he needs I'm thinking he needs 5 chances to get 3 on target and to score 1, to be honest. Well played by Roberto there. Safe hands. 3-0 then, 32 minutes in. It looks like we're just romping this, to be honest, doesn't it? Not much of a challenge with lots of things, which we kind of envisaged, didn't we? That's what we kind of anticipated at home. I think it might be a little bit different away from home. I mean, saying that, we haven't got Marquez or Bonfrisco in this lineup, have we? So away from home with them 2 in the lineup, I think we probably will do well. But that's the confusion I said with the centre-back partnership there. It looked like if you had a bit of speed, if you came against one like Aubameyang, it'd just split us in 2 there, I think. It's a lot of highlights though, so we do have a large chunk of possession on the ball here, don't we? I wonder if that shows in the stats. So we're not struggling to score goals, even with the absence of Bonfrisco and Marquez. Forsey finishes it nicely. That's a great ball through by Montano as well. Absolute brilliant ball through. He threaded it through Ivan Needle there, didn't he? Let's have a look at that one again. Or Eduardo, no, it was Montano. Great ball. Great weight on it and great direction. Brilliant assist. So I've had 12 shots, 6 on target, so we're still not as prolific as we'd like to be. Saying that, scoring 1 in 3 is not bad, I suppose, is it? You're not going to score all your shots, are you? Oh, Eduardo, a heavy touch there. He's giving them the ball. It's just drifted round him. Briganja, Turanega, up to Keane. Look at Forsey there. He's found him. He's got Smithson in acres of space. If he can find him back post. Is he onside? I thought it was offside, but it looks like it's onside. And Connor Smithson, the youngster, stepping up. He's stepping up in the absence of Marquez and Bonfrisco. He seems to probably overtook Christopher in terms of the depth chart, I guess. Christopher, the only problem with him, Christopher is definitely a better player than him, but he just keeps getting injured, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure last time we made the substitution, he got injured running onto the pitch. We'll give him a game, though. 5-0 up. We've got nothing to lose at this stage, have we? Forsey held his line there perfectly. He's tackled there. It was a great tackle there by the Argentinian left-back. They've got a few injuries, so that's not helping him, is it? Oh God, what's defence done? What has Etelvino done? He was running alongside him, then he dropped back to keep in line with the line. To try and play him offside. It was a bit of a shocker, that. All he had to do was just run along with him. I think he were ahead of him, and he has the pace over him, so never mind. Right, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to bring on... we'll start the second half, then we'll bring some players on. So Christopher can come on for Keane. Because Keane's not scored, has he? You expect him to score a few there, don't you? Porto can play for Carno, because we're trying to train him as that left-back. Coach has said he's playing a little bit awkwardly in the position, but he's definitely got room to improve and learn the position if he keeps playing it, so we'll go ahead with that. It's a great tackle by Etelvino. We know he's susceptible to a few yellow cards, isn't he? We'll have a look at team stats as well after this and just see how it looks. I would like to see the Porto develop quite well as the left back position. It'd be interesting how we. Oh, that's a nice finish by Matano. Be interesting to see how we sort of cope with left back position, because he's arguably better than Carno stats wise when you look at him to play that left back position. So get him developed to a full back. To be honest, I think it may take a year or two before he gets familiar with it. I definitely think 6 months before he gets. I won't even say natural. Not natural, sorry, accomplished. What's it? It's natural, accomplished. Then able? I don't know. It'll be able. It'll be sort of like an orange, won't it? I think at the end of this year. We've got room to make some changes as well. I'm not sure who we need to make. Maybe we'll bring on Marquez, get him a little bit of game time. Apart from that, I'm not sure who else we need. I think it's about time to sort of bring someone on. Illy, Guardo, Coyle, Marquez, Lemaire. Might bring in Illy Young, because he's not. No, Etelvino's knackered. It's going to be Guardo. Well, it was 68%, so I don't want to risk injury to him. Saying that, Guardo looks like a capable, competent fullback, doesn't he? Christy Faye, I'm surprised. It's usually so clinical when he's finishing, isn't it? Guardo plays up to Smithson. Back to Guardo. He's going to get crossing here, I imagine. No, it's not. Smithson. Force it down to Montano. It's not a bad effort. Not a bad strike. He's got one to his name, hasn't he, so far? Has he got two? I think it's one, isn't it? Defence. Place it back straight to our strike force. Guardo on right. Cross it back post. Force it. Can't get his head to it, though. He was challenged by a defender. The defender came out tops. Well, they're switching it a little bit here. He's got two there, but they don't utilise that space, do they? Over top, it's onside as well, because it looks like Guardo this time is playing him onside. It's good job he can't finish. I say good job, we're 6-0 up, it don't really matter, does it? Smithson 2 goals, Forsey 2 goals, 3 assists from Forsey. How has he not got 10? He's got 2 goals and 3 assists. I think the game's been a little bit harsh with him just there, isn't it? It looks like we're gonna see it out at 6-0 then, doesn't it? Not much of a challenge whatsoever. A few surprising facts. We're not considered one of the favourites for the Champions League, even though we dominated it last year and we are the champions. We're not even in the top 5 or 6. And even more surprising to me is none of our strike force is is classed as one of the top odds for the top goal scorer in the competition as well, considering we dominated it last year. Didn't like all 3 of our strikers get like the top 3 goal scorers? It's a bit shocking, really. Griezmann's top, you know. I think Marquez were top 1 last year with 13 goals. Maybe it's just the fact that our strength of our front line, I think that they're going to spread the goals quite a lot. So we've got 9.6. I still think it should be better though. So let's crack on. We'll just praise him for a second. How else did it go in the Champions League then? Inter Milan haven't played yet. That's quite surprising. Because Milan played yesterday. Because Inter Milan and AC Milan do share the San Siro, don't they? Let's have a look at the results. Yeah, so we obviously played early then for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. Anyway, I think what we'll do is have a quick look at our squad. Let's have a look at the stats. See how they're performing this season then. Give us an idea how they performed as of last year at this sort of point in time. Goals-wise then, Bonfrisco, 6 goals in 3 games, considering he's only played off of what pretty much everyone else has played. That's good going. He's definitely our top player, I think, this year. Him and Marquez are probably going to be... Look at him, he's phenomenal, isn't he? Absolute phenomenal player. Marquez has got 3 and 4. Again, it was fantastic as well. Assist-wise, Forsey with 7 assists. He's definitely doing a job there, isn't he? You usually tend to find the assists coming from out wide, from the poachers and from the fullbacks. Carlos Eduardo with 3, Etelvino with 3. How's Carno doing? He's got 1 that's not great. Chances created. So Forsey's there again. Keane, Etelvino. Man at matches, Forsey, Bonfrisco and Marquez. And Keane. So they've all got 1 apiece. Pass completion. Coyle is not really played much, that's why. Bragancha's usually about 88, isn't it? That's starting off how we sort of finished last year, I think. Christopher, 87. Eduardo, where's Montano? 80%, so I mean, he's still good, isn't it? We're passing, we're holding on to ball well, aren't we? With lots of things. Tackles Guardo. Silvino, Torrenega usually just sort of dominate that, doesn't he? It's early doors out at the minute. Dribbles per game. Bonfrisco. Shots. Wow. No one's perfect had the year. That should be a lot higher at this stage, I believe. Force is 67%. Marcus used to be high, 42%. That's not good at all, is it yet? Yellow cards, got to be Etelvino and Carno, both are fullbacks. We haven't got any red cards. Average rating, a 9.3 from Bonfrisco. Out of 3 games, that's some going. Etelvino, 8.33. Illy, 8.1. Right, guys, so, I mean, there you go. I mean, you can just pause it and look at it in your own time, really, can't you, if you really want to. But let's have a look what we're going to come back to then. So, Manchester City. It's got to be Manchester City, Annex. I think Copenhagen at home. It's not really much of a challenge. So I think what we're going to do is then, guys, I'm going to play the oh, hang on. No, where am I going? I'm well ahead, aren't I, here? I'm not even nowhere near that. No, it's going to be... I think we might play Chelsea in the Cup. We'll get to see some of the second string teams. I think our rotational team is a lot better. It's the best rotational team we've had at this point on any of the seasons on this save. So we'll go back to Chelsea then, guys. So I'd like to thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's regular content coming out. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, show some support, comments and questions down there in the comment section, and I'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.